great morning. It is Friday. And let me drag some cards out and just see what is the universe going to point to today. Yesterday I had someone come to my channel, sent a video, I watched it. You know, they were touting first that you can get enlightened using drugs. 17, 18 hours you can get enlightened, whereas meditation can take a long time. Well, eventually in the thing they're saying, you know, drugs is not the best way, yada yada. They wanted to know basically what I thought of the video, and I said it's crap. There's no enlightenment with drugs. You have an expansion in experience, but it's nowhere near enlightenment. Okay, so they got their nose out of joint, stomped off, came back. I'll get even with you. I'm going to expose you. Well, you know, this is what happens with people. They come in with flattery. Guru Ma. Well, I didn't mean Guru Ma. I was just trying to be polite. No, you wanted something from me. Okay. And this is what they do. They come in with this flattery. Okay. Because they want something. You know, try to butter you up. And these are always the ones that are the most nasty when they don't get what they want. Okay. So this is about, you know, if people come to you with this flattery, this and that, they want something. And if they don't get it, they will get very nasty. So this person gets nasty and, you know, writes this big long thing, and you'll see, I'm going to expose you, I'm going to debunk you. He's basically throwing a tantrum because they got their nose out of joint. And stomp off with threats. You know, and my thing to them is, what are you going to expose? We say the same things. We say the same words. We say that you're just... No, I'm, you know, you're regurgitating what you've read. What I speak of comes out of direct consciousness, direct living experience. Okay? Not a book I've read that I'm parroting. And how can people tell the difference? Because when they come on this path, they see massive shifts of consciousness here. They go to your site, they get a bunch of words that they can walk away and think about. Okay? So what are you going to expose? You're going to own and expose your bad behavior. Okay? So, what do we have today? You know, this is somebody, I'm 30 years old. Yeah, okay. You're 30 years old. I get this, you know, 30 guys around 30 years old. This is pretty common that I get with them. They get really nasty. Okay. Going to try to throw their weight around, going to try to, you know, bulldoze over me, you know. Usually I just block them, send them on their way. You know, go take your testosterone down the road with you. You know, but may I remind them, I was on the path, 40 years of Kundalini, longer than you are old. Okay, longer than you are old. Okay. So, again, you know, before they get their nose out of joint, they might want to read my book and see what a genuine Kundalini journey entails versus reading a book and spouting your philosophy and your ideas about drugs and meditation. Okay? Anyway, a big warning sign here is I know the ones that come, oh, Guruji, I want to come sit at your feet. Guruji, I just want to worship you. Oh, Guruji. I know immediately going in, these people are after something. And when they don't get what they want, they become the most virulent, nasty snakes on the planet. So if you have somebody coming up to you with a lot of flattery, know that they're after something, okay? And it's a con. It's a con to get something, okay? So I'm not taken in by flattery, okay? It doesn't work here. Okay. So let's go on with what we've got to do today. But that's just, people, there's a vast difference between speaking from the direct consciousness, and yes, there's only one truth, but there's a difference in parroting something that you've read and it coming from the direct living reality of it. Okay? People. Anyway, today we're talking about the High Priestess, things that are hidden. Okay? Things that are hidden. Now, any spiritual path, you have to have patience on. It takes lifetimes. It takes years. It takes lifetimes. It takes more than reading books. It takes walking the path of the mystic. It takes surrender. It takes, confronting all of the demons and the dramas and the fallacies that one has garnered for years and lifetimes. It's not an easy thing. So if you want these things to be uncovered, these mysteries, there is a way, but you have to have patience. Like these people that think they're going to get there by drugs. You're not. Okay? It's dangerous. I won't work with anybody that's doing mind-altering substances. This kid wants to say they're not flashbacks because he's watched a video that some guy says they're not flashbacks. It's like PTSD. You've got, okay? This kid's trying to tell me about LSD and these things when I grew up in the 60s and 70s and lived in the Haight-Ashbury when it was the Haight-Ashbury. Okay? But he knows better than I do. Okay, good luck with that. And then apparently I don't know anything about India, which I lived there for quite some times. And the reason I became a guru was because of a sadhu that lived up in the caves in the Himalayas came to me 3 times and asked me to. And after the 3rd time, you can't say no. You say, okay, yes, I'll take it on. Okay, that's true. Okay. And again, if you are going with these ones, there's a big difference between somebody can say something to try to flatter ego and people will eat it up. And that's what a lot of these con so-called teachers, they want name, fame, okay? They're all about flattery, okay? And they're going to promise you powers, promise you this, promise you that for all your money. Take everything you've got, okay? And they'll keep pulling out these carrots and these cons as long as you keep putting them on a pedestal, okay? So just beware out there. A genuine guru is going to give you things. They're not going to separate you from your family, from your friends. They will give from the heart. Okay? They give from the heart whatever knowledge they have. Okay? Doesn't mean you should abuse that. Yes, you should give back as you can, but nothing's ever charged. People, you don't charge people for spirituality. You can't buy it. It's not a product. And if they promise you they're going to do it for you, run for the hills. You have to walk your own path. Okay? You have to walk your own path, your own journey. And you have to make your own choices because you live with the consequences of your actions. Nobody else does. Okay? So you have to make your own way. You respect what's gone before. Okay? I've never disrespected any of my gurus, no matter how, I've been with ones I don't agree with, but no matter what they were or how they were, I had learned something there, and you don't disrespect it. You don't go to somebody with flattery, wanting to get something, and then when you don't get what you want, turn around and it be threatening and be nonsense and throw a tantrum. You don't do that. Well, apparently some do it. But again, the difference between one that's on the channel like this guy, Gautam Prakash, that's read about these things and he's parroting them out. The difference between him and a genuine guru is I give shifts in consciousness. If people get energy work, they know they've gotten energy work. Okay, they feel it. They know what's going on with them. Okay. And when you go to a guy like this, what you're going to get is a bunch of hot air and parroting stuff. Okay. And they think that it's on the same par as to what's being given by a Kundalini completed guru. It's not the same thing. Okay? You can parrot words all day and get nothing. Or you can get ones like I said, like Nityananda, that's stolen everything. U.G. Krishnamurti, he sat with him for a while and he stole unclutched. Okay. From Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, he stole yogic flying. Okay. Sai Baba, he stole manifesting gems. All cons. All cons. Okay. So again, you need to look for someone that's authentic, that you know you're getting these shifts of consciousness, that shifts are coming, that they're not trying to separate you from someone, they're not interfering in your life, telling you you have to this and you have to that. Now, there's one thing on this path I say you have to have. You have to. If you're a diehard vegetarian and you cannot eat meat, you're not going to do protein, you can't be here because I can't, you need to stay grounded. That's important. You have to stay grounded. Okay? And that helps to ground you. You also have to do your work. Okay? It helps to keep you grounded. You're active in the world. Okay? So many people want to run away to an ashram and be taken care of. I don't want to have to work. I want to practice on my spiritual journey. Well, then do it where you're working. Okay? So again, so important. If you have to go live on a mountaintop away from everyone to have moksha and freedom, then you're not free. That's not freedom. That's not moksha. That's a counterfeit. That it comes with conditions. Okay? True liberation, freedom does not come with conditions. It has to be only this way. Okay? So again, if you want to uncover the secrets of the universe, you want to see what makes it tick, you need to have patience. You have to be in it for the long haul. It's not easy. In the end, and some places along the way, especially in the beginning, you'll have a blissfulness. The first time that heart opens, there will be a blissfulness, and people will erroneously assume that they're completed. Now, this happens early in the path. There is so much further to go, okay, from when you have that first heart opening, okay. Again, the heart opening comes, you've only gone from the fight or flight, okay, ego powers, you have then heart openings, then you get into the more, the things of what you're saying, what you're speaking, okay, where is the mentation, what are you seeking, okay. So it's a path that can take, it does end up in the end blissful, okay. People that think they want to be a guru, it's so much better to be a sage. A sage can sit there blissfully just staying in la-la land, okay. They can stay in la-la land, in that bliss, okay, forever, wander around, have, do whatever they please, just wander around, be. But to be a guru, you have to come back into dealing with people in Dvaita. You have to, give up part of that blissful thing to come back in order to relate to those in Dvaita, to give back to them, okay. So don't think that, and don't think that being a guru is a fun, easy job, that people put you on a pedestal, okay? Because what happens is people that are around you, their stuff gets amped up. Whatever's going on around them, many times will get amped up, okay? And they will want to, again, project. They'll like to project things, okay. Gurus do not deal in, like I said, flattery. So again, these are some things to watch out for. Even if you're not a guru, still watch out for those that want to come with flattery. Maybe the guy is just too syrupy sweet, okay. Again, just keep your eyes open and know that if somebody's coming with a lot of flattery, this and that, many times they want something, and if they don't get what they want, they can become very virulent, nasty, threatening, stomp off, show their bad behavior, and make threats that they're going to have more bad behavior. Okay. Such as happened with here yesterday with this guy, Gautam Prakash, that's threatening his bad behavior. Well, thank you for threatening your bad behavior, okay? But anyway, again, this comes with the territory. People think that being a guru is fun, and you have there are so many misconceptions too. People think we're rolling in money. Okay, how many out there have actually sent money? Very few. I may get one donation, $10 something, once a month, twice a month, from people on the channel. I don't have I don't have the Patreon things. I get very little from what I'm doing here. Okay, I get something from the YouTube thing. Okay, might get a couple hundred from doing this every day from YouTube. Okay, And like I said, I've been doing this for over 20 years on YouTube. For many years, it was not monetized. And what I got out of it was a lot of anger, pissed off people. you know, uh, I've had them make up stories. Like, we have I have the one troll that's out there and just screams every day, screams and calls me whore and bitch and everything under the sun because I dared to tell the truth about Nityananda. So if I told the truth about Nityananda, she said, I am attacking her directly. And though they said nothing about her. But that's an attack on her. Okay? So this is what I mean. You get people with this wrapped up stuff. And if you get that kind of trolling, and like yesterday I got another one that on the Facebook, they were putting out this thing about Scientology. Okay? And on the Nityananda thing, they were going to tell how bad Scientology was compared to Nityananda. But they had 10 hours, they made these people repeat their story until it told a different storyline. Okay, I said, well, Nityananda does the same thing. No, he doesn't. I said, yes, he does. If you're there, you need to conform to what Nityananda says. If you say something, they say it's incomplete, and you need to rephrase it. So it's the same thing. No, it's not. And he started going off on a bender. Okay. Then he deleted the thing. It said nasty remarks and then deleted it so I couldn't respond. Okay. So I responded to the thing and said, yes, this is what Nityananda does. As well as using hypnosis, as well as brainwashing. Yes, he says it's an incompletion. And the people that live in the ashram, if you say something that's incomplete, in other words, it's not in alignment with what, that it's fabulous, your life is wonderful. It's, if you have any kind of criticism, immediately that has to be changed, and you can't say that, you're incomplete, you need to. So yeah, they make them revoice this numerous times. Okay, same difference. What's the difference if you're sitting in a room and you have to do it for 10 hours straight, or everybody in the ashram comes down on you the minute you open your mouth and you say something that's not in alignment with his so-called integrity, which is not integrity. Integrity means having a backbone and being honest, having some moral fortitude. No, he uses the term integrity. In other words, don't say integrity there means being a robot. Being a Nityananda robot. Not saying anything out of, what he will have you say. Okay? Conforming to his lies, the thing he wants to project out there. Okay? So again, what's the difference? Oh no, Nityananda has you say they relive these experiences until it's no. He got it from Scientology. Okay? Same thing. It's another thing that Nityananda stole. This idea of incompletion and reliving until there's no. Okay? This guy is such a fake and a fraud everywhere. So anyway, this person, I made the comment on the channel, and then he came back and decided he was going to get really nasty. Okay. Throw his weight around. Another one, just about 30 years, less than 30, graduated in 2008. Guys, what is with guys at that age? They got their testosterone going. They're tough behind a screen. They get, very rude. Okay? They get very rude, condescending, nasty. So if you get somebody like that, rude, condescending, nasty, if you say something and it's not in alignment with what they want to hear, they get rude, condescending, nasty. Okay, block them. You know, I just told him, I have no time to suffer fools. I'm not going to sit there and let you disrespect here, continue to disrespect here. Okay? Or, like I said, with the other guy that comes in with the guru ma, but I didn't really mean it. I just said it. Yeah, what, you're trying to flatter here? Because you want something from me? Because you want me to say your video's fabulous? And now that you didn't get it, to throw a tantrum? Stomp away? Say you're going to have more bad behavior? Okay? Good luck with that. Anyway, so bottom line, the things today is, going off on a bender with this, is that a spiritual path takes a long time. If you want to uncover what's hidden, you have to be willing to take the journey. It's not always easy. It's not always pleasant. Okay? You are going to really face it's like crawling through glass sometimes. Okay, you feel like you're being shredded. It's not always. People think if they get on the path that it's going to be, God's going to be like a big Santa Claus and say, I'm so flattered that you're paying attention to me. Now, what do you want? What can I do for you? That's not. That's not the way it is. Okay. Again, if you want to know what a path entails, you look at the life of Christ. Did he have an easy life? Was he always sweet and loving? No, he cursed the fig tree that didn't bear fruit. He threw over the money changers' tables, was very angry. He got frustrated with people, said, I need to go up in the hills, just leave me alone for a while. What did he say? I have the things that I want to give you, the things of benefit, and all you come is for fishes and the miraculous healings and the fishes and that. You come to me for that. The things I want to give you, you don't take it. Then what happens? He's betrayed. He's got the temptation. He's betrayed. He's abused. Okay? He's nailed to a cross. Father, why have you forsaken me? You think it's easy? Okay. He stood in integrity. What did he tell the Pharisees? You're men with white, you're in sepulchres, you got white bones, you've been dead for so long. Okay, you guys have been dead for so long. You think he was sweet to everyone? Okay. No. Okay. He stood up, he told the truth. Fear not. You can't fear this darkness, you can't fear that. Greater is he that is in you than he that is within the world. And in other words, God is greater than ego. God is greater than a fallen ego. And I don't give a rat's ass what ego promises you. It's not worth it. Like Satan said, Satan is fallen ego. I'll give you whatever you want in the world. Just bend down and worship me. Get behind me, Satan. Okay? No, it's not happening. Okay? And what happened? He got betrayed. He got crucified. Went to hell. Yes, you have to experience hell. Hell couldn't hold him. Then there was a resurrection. Okay? Resurrection. But yes, there's that moment just before one totally surrenders, why have you forsaken me? You will feel utterly, completely abandoned, alone. Not a joke. Okay? Again, people think that, oh, you're not Christian, you don't know about Christian. Oh, I know about Christian. Okay? Read the Bible backwards, forwards, inside out when I started. Okay? So if you want to know the path, that's what it takes. It's not an easy path. Okay? There were times on the path I wished I were dead. I said, please, I can't take one more second of it. Okay? Time on the path where you feel the weight of the world, the pain, the suffering, it's all there and you feel it 100%. And I can't even express what that's like. You pray, please take it away. They take it away and then you're like a zombie. This is even worse. Where's the resurrection when this is coming? So, in other words, there are so many shifts of consciousness that takes place in a genuine path. Okay? It's not just about reading a book and gaining a philosophy and having an aha moment. That affords you nothing but bad behavior and a bigger ego of drama. Okay? But the genuine path. And somebody asked also yesterday about what's the difference between a pranic surge and a kundalini awakening. Because a pranic surge is a one-time event. Kundalini awakening, once it's awakened, it's going 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There is no stop. Okay? There is no off switch. Once that's turned on, you're going to deal with it for lifetimes. Okay? So if you are not ready, do not mess with these things. This is why when I do healing work, I only will do a 10-minute session because I can awaken kundalini. Okay? That's no BS. Okay? So, there are things people need to understand. If you want to get to where that's uncovered, again, back to what was today's saying, you have to have patience. If you want to have the hidden things revealed, it takes time, it takes patience. It's blissful in the end, but it's not blissful the whole way through. And don't be confused when you have that first awakening heart bliss. God realization happens so much earlier than self-realization. Okay? God realization is when you are, you see God in everything. Okay? You feel of an expansion. God is in everything. Okay? And that's a vast difference between self-realization, where the meism dismantles into that ever-present divine is, aka God. Okay. So one is a projection. Okay. Now when mine opened up, God realization was into Krishna. So I saw Krishna in everything. Krishna was in the dog, was in the thing, was in the tree, was in you, was in everything. I saw Krishna dancing. Okay. That happens so early in the path. Early. And it doesn't matter, you could be into Shiva, you could be into Jesus, you could be into, it doesn't matter what your perception of God is, you will see it in everything. And it's blissful, you're just like on a high. Like you're drunk on this. And you could be drunk on this for years and think it's a completion. Well, no, this is the easy part. And it just kind of buoys you up to go forward. But you have not hit the hard times. Okay? You haven't hit the hard times. And the hard times are going to come, the dark night of the soul, what they call the dark night of the soul, where you feel abandoned, you feel, like I said, you can feel the pain of the world, you can feel not only your own pain, but the misery of humanity, okay, where you cannot take another breath. It's pain beyond belief, pain, when one feels that. It's and you go through points where wherever you pray for manifests. Okay, I've seen miraculous things happen. At one point in the journey could change the weather. One that was really funny. I promised my daughter I would take her to Disneyland. Well, we started going, and all of a sudden the radiator in my car blew. It was not hold water. It just, and I went out, and this guy goes, he looked at it, he said, there's no way. You need a new radiator. I said, I don't have money for a new radiator. I can't, but I prayed over it. It got me to Disneyland. It held water. So, crazy things can happen. But the minute I got there, I got to where I had asked to be, and then I did have to buy a new one. But it did get me there. Okay, so again, you can see these things that can manifest. I could manifest all sorts of stuff, But you see that that's not where it's at. Okay, you learn that the powers and those types of things, they don't bring happiness. They don't bring settledness. They don't bring that peace that passes understanding. It's not about those types of things. Okay? You find that out. It's not about any of those things, and they can be stumbling blocks along the way. Okay? So anyway, it's a long journey. No matter where you're at, if you're not ready for Kundalini awakening, you're not ready for those real extremes. And I have another one on my other channel that says that they're a doctor, they've got Kundalini, I can't, it's difficult. Well, yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. You think it's a piece of cake for anyone? It's very difficult. People don't understand that because you are, 1 second you're in your body, you're out of your body, you're having shifts, you're seeing colors, you're hearing sounds, you got the nod going on, you have visions going on, you have, and then you're having to stay grounded and do your work. It's not easy. But you can make it through. You do it step by step. Okay? Step by step. If you want, again, the things that are hidden to be revealed, then you have to do the journey. It's the mystic's journey. Being a mystic doesn't mean you have to be in a monastery or you have to be, you can be. But you do it where you're at. You're like the hermit. You're doing your journey wherever you are at. Consumed by it. It is number one in your life. The rest of the things are, secondary. But the journey is primary if you want to get to that place of completion, moksha, liberation, turiyatita, the stilled mind, So, yeah, I'm going to leave this here. If people want to know what remains, the consciousness of Advaita. There are things that one can read. What happened here, like this kid wants to say, well, we say the same words. No, what comes here comes out of the direct consciousness of that living reality. When things broke here, I had no idea about Advaita. Okay, when things broke here, wrote to my guru and told him what was happening. He asked, are you convinced of what's being said? Because I was telling him what the consciousness, what I was seeing, what's the experience, what's going on, what happened. I said, no, I'm not convinced, because to be convinced there has to be some doubt. In this, there's no doubt. There's no way to doubt anything. It's paramount. It's primary. It doesn't go away. It's there. That's it. And I revealed these things. He said, that's the Ashtavakra Gita. It's Vivek Chudamani. What the what? I had never heard of these things before. I had read no text. I had not read Raman. I had not read any of these things. These came after realization here. Okay. So I got the Ashtavakra, and when I read it, it was like, yes, 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 yes. It wasn't reading something and trying to figure it out and saying, oh, let me try to figure in aha, maybe see if I can understand. No, it's like something you had written. It's your direct experience. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. So there's a difference between picking up Ashtavakra or Vivek Chudamani or the Tripura Rahasya or any of Ramana's things, and reading it and trying to understand it versus it is your living reality. Okay, there's nothing to understand. This is just, it's like your diary, like your normal thing. It's like, yeah. Okay. That's the difference. That's the difference. Now, if somebody has a blowing out, and they haven't gone back into mind, or, I tell them, read the Ashtavakra, the Vivek Chudamani. It will give aids as to what not to do, to reroute into mind and ego again, okay? So those texts are very good. It's not going to help somebody in Dvaita mind, because you'd be trying to rationalize it, okay? You can't rationalize this, but if you have gone beyond Dvaita into Advaita, and things that happen again. So let me bring this up again. I don't know where all this stuff is for today, but if you are in the midst of Kundalini, you will have specific types of dreams. In the beginning, you'll have dreams of snakes, and you'll have dreams of fire as things are heating up. You'll have dreams of fire. You'll have dreams of vehicles. They usually represent the forms, things that are going on. These things, if you're Kundalini Guru and you've gone through the journey, you understand what the symbology of these things are, and they're common. They're common in the journey. Okay, as one is getting more towards the end of things, and ego starts to dismantle, you'll start having dreams of buildings exploding, imploding, mountains, imploding, those types of things. As that, first you'll have dreams of expansion and flying, and, flying. And I remember one that I had that was like this endless waterway, clear water, endless. There was no end to see it, and you're like flying through this water, through these waterways. Then you have The dreams, lucid dreams, you can go in and change it any way you want to. You have lucid dreams. Then you become aware of yourself as you're sleeping. It's very odd the first time you hear yourself snore and you're totally conscious of it. It's an odd experience. But again, all of those things come up. You'll have visions. This absolute total evil will be there to confront. Okay? So it's not always fun. There are things along the way that can be quite frightening. Okay? But if you are surrendered and you want to know God more than anything in the universe, you want to know the truth, you want to know what God is and isn't, you want to know the foundation of the universe, you want to, in all sincerity, to come to that, to aid humanity, then these things will be revealed. But it's not going to be a walk in the park. Okay? It's not the sunny brick road. And God is not a big Santa Claus with a big bag of goodies that you demand from. Okay? I can tell you that. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. This was a long one today. Oh my goodness. Well, those 3 little cards came up with so much. But sometimes it's like that. You know, maybe there's something in here that someone is going to benefit them to hear it today. Okay. I might put this up on my other channel as well because it has to do with the walking the Kundalini path and the mystic's journey and what it takes and what's encountered along the way. And mistaken notions people have about being a guru, being a light. You know, people always want to say, if you're a real guru, you won't be harsh. You be, you know, if you were really, well, it's not always that way. Again, look at the life of Christ, Kabir, Yukteswar. You know, it's not always sweet. And again, we're not taken in by flattery, the con job, because ego wants something from you. Okay? When you've walked this journey, I mean, you've walked through and seen all the little tricks and ploys of ego along the way. Okay? So I'm going to leave this here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I need to go get the chains, the leashes, so I can take these 2 bugaboos out for their morning session. I'll see you online. Thanks for tuning in. Aho.